Also want to thank Bob for his leadership.
We're here at MTA. This is Viodi TV coverage, and we're with Robert Eddy. Robert is the current chairman for another 2 hours of the MTA. And Robert, you bring a very unique perspective, as he looks at his watch, a very unique perspective in that you obviously are very involved at the local and the state level, but also with your involvement at NECA at the national level. So just if you could kind of give your state of the industry and what we need to look out for.
Well, as I think everybody knows, our problems that we see in the industry now are really legislative and regulatory in nature. We find a lot of those sorts of things that we deal with that competitors of ours don't have to deal with or don't have to comply with.
Legislative initiatives are always going to be a challenge. We will be facing excess, in quotes, reform, both at the state and federal level, as the long-distance companies attempt to get out from paying us the appropriate amounts that they should be paying us to use our networks. We're seeing that in Minnesota. We're seeing it nationally. That's going to continue to be an ongoing battle for the next few years. I think what's going to happen with the Universal Service Fund on the federal level, how we're going to transition that to a broadband fund without losing what we've had as telephone companies in that, how should that be restructured so that particularly the cellular companies aren't seeing windfalls out of that fund. That's going to be a major issue too.
I've always said that we could probably live with a lot of these things if it applied to everybody equally. If the rules were all the same, we could compete. The problem is they're not. And of course, that's the mission of our trade associations, whether or not it be on a state level or not it be on a national level. That's the main mission, typically, of a trade association, is government affairs.
Yeah, and I guess in 2 weeks to the day, we're going to hear something from the FCC about a national broadband plan. Want to make any predictions about that?
I don't know, and we just spoke about that yesterday. I was on a conference call. I, as the NECA chairman, host a conference call with the chairs of the boards of OPASCO, NTCA, and WTA, and we may get ITTA in there too, every couple of months, just so that we can hash over issues like that. And that was the agenda, the sole agenda item yesterday, was how this broadband policy was going to work out. And our next call is, ironically, as you bring it up, with about 2 weeks after the release of that report, so that we can go through it after that and see where we are, where the respective associations are.
Yeah, and judging by just emails and so forth, I can see that the next couple of weeks after that, there's going to be a lot of webinars and people talking about what it all means.
I am sure that we will get memos from every consultant and attorney and everything that the association that there is on their take on that report, yes.
It should be exciting. So I guess, for you, obviously, the chairmanship is ending with MTA, but your work with NECA continues and your involvement in the industry continues? Somewhat,
yes, both with NECA and I'm on the board of directors of Christensen Communications Corporation, Madelia, here in Minnesota, so I get to keep on doing that too. So.
Well, super. I look forward to seeing you at future conventions.
Absolutely. All right.